Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. It is the Christmas edition, week 3, season 1, 2024. We're in the Formula V at Oran Park for their moto layout. It's a great little track. It's one that I've never actually come across before. I've been on the sim now for about 14 months. So if it's brand new to me, I'm sure it's going to be brand new to the majority of people watching this content. It's a lot of fun. There aren't that many overtaking opportunities, maybe going into turns 1 and 2, having used the draft on the main straight. But if you do get the little the little sort of in-course tricky corners chained together and get them right, it does feel rather fantastic. So anyway, without further ado, let's head into the cockpit and we will run through our first run through from the cockpit. Then we'll go to the chase cam and then we'll be back in the cockpit with the driving line on for a third one. If you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe and notification button. This really does help me out massively as I start to grow my channel. And anyway, I'll see you back in the cockpit. Okay, so we're in the cockpit now and let's run through the lap. We're going to be over on the right hand side, following the wall down. Obviously this is for a qualifying lap. If you are in a race and defending, you want to be over on the left hand side. And then just at the end of that wall that we've just passed on the right hand side, we're going to start turning in to this first apex of turn 1, which is known as the sweeper. I'm going to get over onto the right hand side, and what we're looking for is this sort of curbing on the right hand side. As we hit this, we're going to brake really hard in a straight line to get all our braking done, or the vast majority of it, and then as we start turning in towards the corner, we're going to trail off nice and early so that we can drop it down into third when we want to get back on the throttle. And we're going to slowly build up the pressure so that by the time we're here, we can get back on the throttle. We're turning to inside the apex because, as always in the Formula V, it's going to run out wide. A little bit of right hand down just to arrest that slide I had going on. Back over onto the left hand side. And again, we're looking for this curbing on the left hand side. Once we hit that, we're going to get back on the brake up to about 2/3 pressure. Again, getting the majority of our speed scrubbed off in a straight line, so that we can start making the corner, looking for the apex, trailing off, keeping in third gear, gradually building back on the throttle, and then I'm back on the throttle fully at this point here, holding it out, staying to the left-hand side, and then back to a left-hander. Again, we're wanting to get our left tyres as close to the curbing as possible without hitting them. We're going to do our braking in a straight line again, up to 2/3, quick trail off, down to the apex, and then we're slowly building back up again. So we're up at 2/3 pressure here on the throttle. A little bit of a wobble, so a little bit of left hand down. Fully back on the throttle. Now at this point, you're going to be wanting, or you're going to be tempted to take a tight line over to the right hand side. But if you do that, you'll never make the exit of the corner that's coming up turn 6. So we're going to take a nice wide entry over from the left hand side, keeping on the throttle, just kissing the curbing here. Holding it, it will let you drift out wide, and you're going to take a nice, you're just going to do a lift for this next corner, corner 7. So where we are, giving ourselves another really wide entry, making full use of the track and everything that they give us. And just as we come up to the red and yellow curbing, what we're going to do is we're going to come off the throttle, not a full lift, only to about 27%, and then I'm slowly going to start building back up when I know I'm going to make it, cutting the corner as best as possible, not going on the grass, but using the full curbing and the concrete on the right-hand side, back up to 100%, holding the car, moving over to the right-hand side, and again, we're just doing a lift once we get to this curbing on the right-hand side. So as we get here, we're going to drop down to about 20%, and we're slowly going to build back up. So what we're looking to do is we're wanting to take a whole heap of grass on the left-hand side here, or mud, whatever it is in Australia, snakes and stuff, badgers, and we're going to be back up to 100%. Now, I change up to 4th gear at the top of this hill because I button clutch, and I do it quite quickly. If you are using auto blip or auto clutch, just rev it out in 3rd gear. And we're looking for the final corner, the one that's going to make or break the lap. And as we get to the bottom of this dip here, we're going to brake up to about 2/3 again. Seems to be the theme at Oran Park. I'm going to trail it off, drop it down into 3rd gear when we're ready to come back on the throttle, get our left tyres hooking into this the curbing, the yellow and red on the left hand side, and just holding it. Don't hit the wall because you'll 0x and it'll kill your quali lap. And across the line, just rev it out for a 119.69. So it should be quite a competitive lap. Felt quite good when I was driving it. If you do want to check my laps out, they are on Garage 61. I think this one's under Sam Brooks 7. It's always either Sam Brooks 7 or Sam P. Brooks. They're both me. Okay, I will see you again for the chase cam. Okay, so here we are back in the chase cam, and let's run through at full speed. Now, when we're running at full speed, this is where my telemetry inputs will show you how I attempt to trail brake each corner. So that's going on strong and then slowly coming off. A little bit of a wobble there. Over to the left-hand side, braking to 2/3, looking for the apex, getting on the throttle nice and early, just not quite kissing the curb. Exactly the same turn again here. Putting it nicely, keeping over to the left-hand side so that we can take this next corner flat out, just kissing the paint. Looking for the curbing on the left-hand side so we can come off down to about 20%, getting back on the throttle nice and early, holding it out to the left and then drifting out wide. Again, nice lift, cut the corner, staying in 3rd gear, getting to the top of the hill, changing up to 4th, and then braking up to about 2/3, down to 3rd, don't hit the wall, and across the line, tidy little lap, and final time with the driving line. Okay, so we're back for a final time for a full speed run through. Braking hard, making the turn, get on the gas, the rest of the slide. Bit of a slippery corner that, just be aware of it. It's another slippery corner, watch out for everyone crashing out there during the race. And across the line. So I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas, or you're about to have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching. I've been Sambo iRacing.